by you. Forever, I'm your friend. You'll always be right here with me. I'm so thankful for your love. No matter what I do, I know this is true. You're by my side, you'll never leave. I wanna thank you, God, for showing me who I am. You're so good, you help me to understand. We are your sons and daughters. You're such an amazing Father. Thank you, God, for coming to rescue me. You're so good, God, you're everything I need. Every minute of every day, I just wanna say thank you, God. I'm blown away by your love for me. It goes on and never ends. I belong to you, I'm chosen by you. Forever, I'm your friend. You'll always be right here with me. I'm so thankful for your love. No matter what I do, I know this is true. You're by my side, you'll never leave. I wanna thank you, God, for showing me who I am. You're so good, you help me to understand. We are your sons and daughters. You're such an amazing Father. Thank you, God, for coming to rescue me. You're so good, God, you're everything I need. Every minute of every day, I just wanna say thank you, God. You sent your son to set us free. For your love and kindness I will sing. You sent your son to set us free. For your love and kindness I will sing. I wanna thank you, God, for showing me who I am. You're so good, you help me to understand. We are your sons and daughters. You're such an amazing Father. Thank you, God, for coming to rescue me. You're so good, God, you're everything I need. Every minute of every day, I just wanna say thank you, God.
What do you deserve? It's easy to expect certain things, to think that you've earned some rights. Maybe you think you deserve to play your game with no interruptions, or to stay at the front of the line since you got there first. Maybe you think you deserve to eat food you really like at dinner every day, or to get brand new shoes every time your old ones get a little worn. Maybe you even think that since you're older, you deserve to go to bed late. After all, every single ad you see on a screen or billboard or magazine screams, you deserve it. But when Jesus walked this earth, he showed us a different way. Over and over, Jesus laid down what he wanted for the sake of someone else. His time, his energy, his life. Every day, we have amazing opportunities to follow Jesus by putting others first. You can show your little sister she's important by setting aside your game to help her practice reading. You can put another kid first by letting them go ahead of you in line. You can put your mom first by not grumbling when she serves her favorite meal. And you could keep wearing your old shoes and give the money to a place that provides clothes for kids in need. And you can put your whole family first by going to bed on time so that you're not super grouchy in the morning. Jesus lived out every moment of his life putting others first. His love for us goes on and never ends. So you can say thank you to God by giving up what you think you deserve. When you put others first that way, others can see God at work in you. That's why humility is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
What's up, John? You staring at dirt for fun?
Kinda. I just planted some flowers and I've heard that vegetation grows faster when it listens to music. Haven't you ever heard you should talk to your flowers?
No.
Well, you should. Music supposedly makes them react faster. I just have to find the right kind. No, nothing there.
John, this is ridiculous. There's no way that...
Woo-hoo! It's time for another dance party with DJ Daisy. Hey!
You've got to be kidding me. This isn't even a good song. What?
Double Daisy dance. Do, do. Hello, everyone. I'm John.
And I'm your host, Brandon.
And this is the
This is the Green Garden Call-In Hour, where we're taking your calls and giving you advice on how to make your garden beautiful and verdant. Caller, go ahead.
Hi, Brandon. Big fan.
What's going on right now?
I'm trying to make sure my succulents stay healthy during the upcoming summer months. Do you have any advice on watering frequency? Thanks so much. Love the show.
Hey, caller, thanks so much for calling in. My thoughts are that all plants need water. So go ahead and water them all the time, every day, as much as possible.
That's terrible advice.
And never mind, don't water them, ever. They're smart plants. They'll figure it out. Next caller.
Hey, Brandon, long-time listener, first-time caller. I'm trying to plant a blueberry bush, but I don't really know much about soil pH. Is that okay?
Why not? As we all know, pH stands for plant hands, which blueberry bushes don't have, so you should be fine.
Brandon!
We've got to go to commercial break, but we'll be back soon with more insights and tips.
You know nothing about gardening.
I know! I ended up hosting this radio show somehow, and I still have no idea what I'm doing.
How long have you been hosting this show?
I don't know, 7 years?
7.
Look,
How did you
there's
get
no
this show?
time for this, John! I need help! Could we possibly bring on someone who knows stuff?
Okay, sure. Please welcome someone who knows stuff. Come on in. Have a seat. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Just 1 second. And we're back after that short break. We've got a guest with us today. Could you please tell us who you are and what you know?
Hi, I'm Lily, and I would say that I know a fair amount about gardening.
Great to have you with us today. I am so sorry about this. I don't know anything about gardening, but I have to give these people advice. Is there any way you could help me out?
Sure,
Yeah,
I'd be happy to.
Okay, that's great. Okay. So we've got a caller on the line. You're on the air, caller.
Hey, I've heard a lot about composting, but it sounds like a lot of work. Should I try it?
Don't. Putting posts in your garden will make it look bad.
Composting is when stuff like leaves and food scraps decompose and turn into nutrient-rich soil.
Right, so you don't want things decomposing in your garden. That's gross.
Actually, you should absolutely give composting a shot. Not only is it good for your garden, but it's a great way to find uses for food scraps that would otherwise just end up in a landfill.
So what I'm saying is composting
It's a good thing.
Exactly. We have to take a quick break. Lily, thank you so much for being on the show. You've proven in one question that you know more about this topic than I ever could.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence, but I don't think that's true. I think you can know all these things. You just have to study and work, and don't talk on your radio show about things that you're not sure about.
Well, Well, thank you for taking the time for helping me understand more about gardening and more about hosting a call-in gardening radio show. Would you be interested in taking over by any chance?
I mean, why not?
Awesome!
I'm happy to help people when I can.
All right, that's great. All right. Thanks for tuning into the show today, everyone. This is your host, Brandon, signing off.
And this is your new host, Lily, signing on. So, when it comes to composting, you want to make sure that your soil is nutrient-filled. You also want to make sure that...
Hey, thank goodness Lily was here.
I know, right? But I still think posts make for an unsightly garden.
No. We're not talking about... Didn't you just listen to... Never mind. It's Bible story time with Kellen.
Hey guys!
Kellen, my man, what's going on today?
Today we're going to be talking about a story from the book of Luke, where two men happen to be... I know this song.
Diane DeWitt here, reporting for Ancient News, where we only cover the oldest possible news. Later, floppy disk. Neither floppy nor disk. But first, since the crucifixion of Jesus, we've heard reports of some incredible things. Some eyewitnesses have even said they've seen Jesus alive. We go now live to the city of Emmaus to speak with one of those witnesses, Cleopas. Cleopas, can you tell us what happened?
So, my friend and I were walking on the road from Jerusalem to the village of Emmaus. We were talking about all the stuff that's been going on in Jerusalem. And this guy comes up to us, and he asks us what we're talking about. And we're like, you don't know?
And what were you talking about?
Well, you don't know either? We were talking about Jesus, of course. How he was a powerful prophet and was sentenced to death. How he died on the cross. We were both bummed because we were really sure that he was going to be the person to set Israel free.
But Jesus was crucified and put in a tomb.
That's what I'm saying. 3 days ago that was. But that's not all. Today, some friends of ours went to Jesus' tomb and didn't find his body. They saw angels who told them that Jesus was alive.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And you told all of this to the man who came up to you on the road?
Yeah. And get this. He said we were being foolish. He said, and I remember this exactly, he said, how long it takes you to believe all the prophets said. Didn't the Messiah have to suffer these things and then receive his glory?
And what did that mean?
We weren't sure either. So this guy explained. He went through the scriptures, starting all the way back with Moses and the prophets, all of it. It was like God had this plan for everything that's been happening.
Fascinating story. I'm sure that's all there is to it, though.
Actually, there's
Back to you, Kellen.
Okay.
Well, that isn't exactly all there is to it, but that is how it started. You see, Cleopas and his friend were just arriving at home when they... There it is.
We're back with more Ancient News. Later, silly bands can actually be used as rubber bands. Maybe they're not so silly after all. But first, breaking news on the story we just left. We have here the friend who was walking with Cleopas on the road to Emmaus.
That's right. My name is...
No time for that. This is breaking news. Last we heard, you were on your way to Emmaus when a stranger walking with you explained everything that had been going on.
Right. And when we got to the place we were staying, he wanted to keep walking, but we wanted to hear more. So we begged him to have dinner with us.
And did he?
He did. We sat down right here in this room, and that's when things got really crazy. The guy blessed the bread, and the second he broke it, we could see who he really was.
And he was?
Jesus.
Shocking.
Yeah, he was alive just like our friends had been saying. And then, just like that, he disappeared.
So Jesus himself had been walking with you that whole day?
The entire time. But after he vanished from dinner, Cleopas and I booked it back to Jerusalem because we had to tell the disciples what we saw.
I'm being told we have one of Jesus' disciples, Simon. Simon, is all this true? Is Jesus alive?
Yes.
Absolutely fascinating. Jesus of Nazareth, once dead, now alive again. And still taking the time to help people understand why he's here. Incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story with Ancient News, Cleopas' friend.
Actually, my name
Time for a break. Up next, where exactly is Waldo? I'm Diane DeWitt for Ancient News. Back to you, Kellen.
Wow, that is some really good news right there. It's incredible enough that Jesus came back from the dead, but he wasn't done. He took the time to show himself to some of his followers and explain what God was up to people who might have been confused. He helped people understand.
That's another way Jesus was humble.
Yep, and it's a way for us to show humility too. When we understand something and someone else doesn't, we can be patient with them and help them learn.
Like you do for us, Kellen.
Yeah, right. And like Lily did for you in your radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, thanks for the story, Kellen.
No problem. I'll see you next time.
You know, I feel like I understand a little bit more about humility now.
And I understand more about gardening, but I've given 7 years of bad advice. Just think of all the dead plants.
Yeah. Reveal the question. Oh, hey, great. Today's question is, when has someone helped you understand something?
Yeah, every day of my life.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much stuff going on all the time. Oh, like kids can explain to me how to install apps on my phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just learned from a podcast yesterday why you should never eat undercooked chicken.
Oh, no, that's good for you. It's chicken sushi, they call it.
But no, you know
sushi.
nothing about cooking either, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's all we got this week.
We'll help you understand. We'll help you understand some stuff again next week, we hope.
Yeah, until then, I'm John.
And I'm Brandon.
And this was the So-and-So Show. See you soon. And do not eat undercooked chicken or raw chicken. Don't eat any of it.
Are you sure?
I am 100% positive.
All right.
Yeah.
It's time to get our day thought. I'm DJ Daisy.
And I am Dan D. Lion.
Kick it, scene. Yeah! I feel the beats. I think there's some beats growing in the soil.